It's time for another Dice Tower review from Gamers Remorse.
Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're taking a look at Starship Battles. Gloves.
It would be logical not to wear gloves for playing a card game. In Starship Battles, players begin by being dealt 3 cards in each red, blue, and yellow. Players will select 2 of each color and pass the remaining 3 cards to their left. They will then take the 9 cards before them and select cards with resource value totaling 14 points to assemble their ship. The ship compartments contain 4 effect symbols: attack, defend, command, and repair. When all players' ships are assembled, they will draw ADR tokens equal to the number of attack symbols on their ship from the mutual stack. If the player's ship has a command ability, they may replace any ADR markers with a 0 and draw a new marker, 1 for each command symbol on their ship. Players will then place the markers in front of their opponents, indicating attack. This process is then repeated with defense. Players will assign the defense markers to the attacks targeting them and tally the assigned damage. Players will finally draw ADR markers for repair and choose which compartments they want to save. This process is repeated until a lone survivor stands among the wreckage.
Battle starships. So Brian gets to draw like 30,000 chits. 4 chits.
Holy smokes. Without looking, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get good stuff? Did I get good stuff? Not really.
I'm also gonna draw 4. That's 3. And then Uno Mas is 4. Alright. 2.
Alright, since I have 2 command icons, I can discard 2 zeros and draw 2 new cards.
Since I have 1 command icon, I can discard 1 and draw 1. Hopefully it's something awesome, and it wasn't.
I don't have easy.
Alright.
Alright, so we will assign our damage. I'm going to shoot 2 at Sean.
Of course you are.
And 2 at Nate. Because I like to spread my wrath.
Alright.
Let's have you guys all shooting right at my gravity shield emitter.
Alright, so the next thing we do is assign.
Put these back.
Yep. Put those back and assign defense. So Brian has 3 defense he's pulling from.
Players will now repeat the drawing process, getting ADC tokens, discarding them with command, and then replenishing the discarded tokens.
So we're going to assign defenses. I think I'm going to be out of this game fairly quick.
Captain, we need more shields at the gravity shield
I guess I should just go ahead and flip those for you. Got the double O going on. Yeah.
Alright, let's show what our attack damage has been dealt to us. I should probably actually have my attack in front of my defense.
So I just got hit with 7. I'm going to throw that out there.
Yes,
I was there once. I once got hit with 7.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No good.
Well, due to being attacked with a 0 and blocking that 0 with a 2, I have to take a damage. That damage is going to go to my dual plasma turret. Players will then draw repair tokens and see how much of the damage they received can now be repaired.
Oh,
I'm good.
look! Why are you targeting?
Dude, I shot him like it was my job.
Oh, here are my 3 repairs. 0, 1.
Yeah!
Hey, it's
Wait, can I even repair 1? Do I trade that in, or does it have to be at least 2?
What do you mean?
Probably trade it in for a 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if maybe there
yeah,
was.
assuming you just flip it over.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So I am fully repaired and ready to take on the universe.
And you're gonna start targeting me? Yeah.
Well, no, I'll spread the hate.
Whoa!
I know.
Whoa!
I'm being silly. Wait, you guys don't think I can defend against this? Technically, if you guys get 4 on me, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you would need 5.
The thing is,
No,
you
need 4.
can't block them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
So
Yeah. So as long as there's 2 2s in here, each of
so
those
we
are
draw
1s. Yep.
that's why I decided to divvy up my.
Yep.
Boom! I take 9 damage.
Okay.
And I take all damage. 2, 1, 1, 1. You guys didn't put zeros on me?
So 2, 3. So you took 5, so that's at 8. It is impossible for you to kill yourself.
Done.
Dang.
All right, it's time for the review. What'd you think, Brian?
I was really looking forward to this game. I love the idea of spaceships fighting it out, but it just didn't quite deliver in some areas. So when I look at the cards, the visuals I thought were pretty good. There are areas I wish they could have been done a bit better. I wish they could like connect and you could see how the rooms align on the sides of the cards. But I understand, you have a limited area to work with. So I'm gonna give that 1 out of 2. Skill luck, 0. It entirely comes to what you draw and how lucky you are on placing things. You don't know what their numbers are, so it's purely luck on if you actually end up blocking something. Pacing, 0 to 2. I'm gonna give it a 1. There can be some analysis paralysis at the very beginning when you're building a ship, but once it gets going, it goes pretty quickly. But again, there could be some players who will take forever deciding who to attack. They'll want to gauge how much damage is done to everyone just evenly. At one point, we just decided to kill Sean to get on with the game. And even that took a while. Because of the repair, we couldn't even kill him as quickly as we wanted to. For theme and immersion, out of 2, this is where it hit its stride. I'm giving it 1.5 on the theme and immersion because, I'm sitting here and, I am a spaceship captain shooting my enemies with my gauze cannons and dual plasma laser beam shooter things. So that worked well for me. I liked the theme. The mechanics fit with the theme, but I didn't like the drawing of some tokens. And so in the mechanics, I'm giving it a 0.5. I think it could be done a lot better with one tweak to the game. This is a ARD token with a 0 on it. Yeah, get rid of these. Done. Never. There should be no zeros. They're gone forever. That just ruined it for me. I did not like the 0 aspect. Was it fun? For a while. Arguably, this game could never end. As a micro game, we played. This was almost an hour and a quarter before we quit, and we had to even speed up by being stupid at times because of that random draw. So I'm gonna give that a 0.5 out of 2 for fun because it was just way too long. And by getting rid of those zeros, I think that would speed the game up a lot. So out of 10, I'm giving it a 4.5. But with some tweaks, this could be a great game. Sean, what are your thoughts?
I agree almost wholeheartedly with what Brian said. The biggest issues were this is one of the games that just goes and goes and goes and doesn't end. The person who made this needs to work on finding a end of game type scenario. How do you force that? How do you make it speed up? Pacing is a giant issue with this game. I did like the artwork. Another pet peeve that we hit on, unfortunately, of mine is player elimination. That is the worst abomination of a mechanic that I have ever seen any time in my life. If you're designing a game around player elimination, people will hate you a little bit.
And by people, you mean you?
Yes. If I were playing this game and I were eliminated in the second round, which is possible, maybe, I would hate this, So we're playing at a coffee shop and I'm stuck there waiting now, People watching, checking Facebook while they're laughing, having fun. Don't do player elimination. So I kind of hate the premise anyway. That said, I enjoyed the theme, I enjoyed the artwork. So let's go through my rubric. Quality of components, 0 to 2. I'm giving it a 1. I thought the artwork was fantastic. I liked the cards in general. It was nice. It played well. One downside are these little pieces. So Brian ripped on the numbering system. I argue you could probably have a 4-sided die rather than these. But what I didn't like is we drew these. And you would, you're supposed to draw 3. Okay, I draw 3. Oh, I just drew 7, but they're so small that I couldn't feel that I had that. So I'm sitting here wondering, when people are putting them back, are they looking at the ones they're putting back? That's just the gamer I am,
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. I wish they were thicker. I don't know if you could pick, the coins they have. Good balance of skill to luck, 0. I think this was entirely luck-based, and that frustrated me. The initial setup of your actual ship was cool, and you could choose bits and pieces of that. However, generally, when you were attacking, you could get a 0. When you're defending, you could get a 0. When you're repairing, you can get a 0. It just seemed like there was way too many zeros floating around. I don't know. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So 0 for that. Analysis Paralysis, 0 to 1. I'm going to give it a 1. I didn't find there was really any time where I was like, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? And the initial Starship setup, sure, okay, you could probably have a little bit, but you're limited to what's essentially, 9 cards? And of those 9 cards, you have to pick 2 out of each. So really, you just pick the one you don't want out of each grouping. Easy. Theme, 0 to 2. I give it a 1.5. As Brian said, we were both really excited for this. We love intergalactic sci-fi type sagas. You know, that's friggin' sweet, you know? But player elimination sucked, and I don't know. It just felt like all the bad parts of Galaxy Trucker without any of the good parts. Throwverse competitive, 0 to 2. I'm giving it a 0.5. Just because towards the beginning I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna attack this guy, and then Brian would completely heal himself. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna attack Nate, and then he would heal himself. And then I'm like, okay. So I'm just sitting here like, pew, pew, pew. And it's like, defend, done. I'm like, okay, well, how do I get off this train, was what I was wondering. And was it fun? I'm giving it a 0.5. Now that's on a scale of 1 to 2, which says I really didn't like it. I gave you a half-point demerit because of the player elimination mechanic. I absolutely hate that. Like, I cannot even tell you how much that annoys me. And then the fact that it wouldn't end, you know? So combine those two things, and it's probably 2 pet peeves that I can't stand in games. This is a micro game that should go a lot faster. But I think you have something here, and I think it could be worked into something awesome if you pay attention to how do you get it to end sooner, how do you get rid of that player elimination mechanic, or make it so that that player that was eliminated can maybe be an alien starship that can come back in and start attacking everyone. And that would even work because then they could eliminate one of the other players or work on killing them both. 4.5 for me. What'd you think, Nate?
These two guys, they've driven it home pretty well. I guess, you know, the same here. I thought the artwork was great. I thought the theme is interesting. I've played Galaxy Trucker before and loved that, but the thing that I guess kind of ruined it for me was just the luck part. 100% luck. It just kind of feels like after a while you're just going through the motions. There's not much stimulating you. There's not much keeping you interested. Maybe if a little bit of strategizing or something like that could be put in to kind of keep players' interest, that would be a great idea. And yeah, you know, the same thing about the time. It just goes on and on. It seems like your attacks never break through. People can defend, can repair. If that could just be resolved in some way, whether heightening attack points or, you know, limiting shields or limiting repair, that might be another thing to think about. But like Sean said, you know, tweak it here, tweak it there, but it can go somewhere. It's got a good start, and it definitely has a future if you guys know what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
I'd give it about a 4.5 as well. So,
All right, so 4.5s across the board. Bring in some easy math to the average of 4.5. All right, thanks. If you guys have played this game, comment, tell us how it went. Let us know if you have any ways of increasing strategies of your own. And Edgewise, we will see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.